I'm always recommending Pet Finder to people who don't have a rescue nearby. It's a really great and easy way to search your area or by a certain type of animal, and you can even discover rescues and shelters and animals that are in your area that need homes. And the other day I thought, well, what about fish? I wonder if there's any fish that need homes, because I have a couple fish tanks. And it turned out that this loach was needing a home, was at a local rescue that's about 100 miles away from where I live out here in the desert. So I called and I sent them pictures of my fish tank, and they were very excited. In my 55-gallon fish tank, I have what is known as a Dojo Loach, or also sometimes called a barometer loach. And these are beautiful, long, slender fishies. They kind of look like dragons, and they have these big whiskers, kind of like catfish. And they're amazing, fun fish. They're actually very friendly. I consider them like little puppy dogs. They are so friendly. You put your finger in there, they'll go up and go. And if I put my hand out, they'll actually swim up and sit on my hand. And I've had them for a number of years. And I got one a few months ago, about 6 months ago or so, and they're pretty hard to find. But I found one when I was getting some supplies, and now I realized that they shouldn't live alone, that they do well in groups or with others of their species. And you know, I thought, okay, well, maybe I'll try to find another one. And then I had a separate thought recommending Pet Finder so much. I was like, I wonder if I could find any fish, or I wonder if there are fish on Pet Finder, what fish might be available for adoption or that needed good homes, and if there were any that my tanks would be suited for. And it turned out there was a Dojo Loach. And this fish is only about an hour away from where I live. And, you know, a lot of people say, oh, there's not a rescue or a shelter very close by. The closest one's an hour away. But for me, driving an hour to save a life, especially across the desert with a beautiful sunset like this, that is an adventure. And that is just something that I'm happy to do. And I had to go get hay. I was going in this direction anyway, so it's really only an hour out of my way. And so that's where we're headed. We're headed to DJ's. Well, it turns out that they have a teddy bear hamster that's been there for a long time, that is aggressive, and the Home Sweet Hammy Home has said that they are willing to work with this hamster and to take this hamster if I can get the hamster to them. So she's decided that in addition to the group of hamsters from Downey that were supposed to be put to sleep, I think it was about 8 or so, she said that this teddy bear hamster, who apparently is aggressive and has had trouble finding a home, she's willing to take him on as well and work with him. So I'm headed on the way, and next stop is DJ's Fish and Paw. Alright, so I made it to, it's Fins and Paws, and there's Tay. He's leaving right now, and he helped me get the loach. Alright, just doing like a little video summary, so I'll make sure to share the website and the store and really let people know.
Yes, sir.
So
thank you.
Thank you so much, because even if people are watching this from all around the country and stuff, even if they can't come here and adopt, just realizing that there might be some place where they can rescue a fish, or if they have fish and they can't keep them anymore, that there's somewhere they can take them. We might be saving lives even if we can't directly help.
Yes, sir.
So thank you so much.
Thank you.
So let's take a look at, well, we'll wait to take a look at the loach when I get home. And then,
see you later, Bob.
Yeah, thank you so much. But we can take a look at the hammy real quick. So Carrie from the Home Sweet Hammy Home was nice enough to let me get a little bit of extra food. So this is a teddy bear hamster that, look at this cheek. That cheek is totally full of actually probably some food from her cage. Yeah, look at that. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine if your cheeks went all the way to your waistline? Someone says you put on some weight over the holidays, you'd be like, no, I just stuffed my cheeks. I'm gonna spit it out and put it in the corner later. So I put a pile of food there, and actually check this out. Let's take a sneak peek. This girl is amazing. If there was a hammy that I was gonna keep, that I would keep, it would be her. Because you know what? Or him, maybe. Because I do not have any animals with red eyes except for my Loach, Tito Jr. And I'm just going to head home right now because the fish is right here in this bucket. And I want to get back as soon as possible. Fish like this can do just fine in a bucket with their aquarium water for a number of hours, and it's not something that you have to worry about. But I only live an hour away, and there's no reason to delay, so I'm excited to get the Loach back, and I've got to do a drip acclimation, which is something that I learned from the Ocean Aquarium in San Francisco, and it's a great way to avoid pH shock. But we will get this Loach acclimated, and let's get on the road right now. Okay, well, first things first, I want to get the Loach situated. So this is a Dojo Loach. This is my Dojo Loach, Tito Jr. He has been here for about a year or so, and he's grown about 100 times. He was a tiny little wormy guy, and now he's like a magical dragon. Let's meet the new one. He's down here in this bucket. Okay, you can see, well, maybe you can see this this is dripping. I'm drip acclimating the water here. And I'm also checking to make sure that the water temperature is about the same. It's a little warmer here because this was in the car and this was in the house in this corner that is cold. But basically, to avoid pH shock, which is when the different, when you're moving your fish, you want to make sure that they're acclimated to the new water conditions if they happen to be different. But I learned this technique from the Ocean Aquarium in San Francisco. It's a fish store. So this water right here came from the aquarium, and when it empties out, I will refill it, and I'll keep doing that for a while until he's really acclimated, and then he can go in the tank. Goldfish don't like it extremely warm, so I keep this room and this fish tank about 68 to 70 degrees. And I've got a sponge filter, and I have 2 hang-on back filters. And with all this aquarium plants, they're very nicely hidden. So, really happy with this aquarium. And I like to grow algae, let algae grow on the back to create a nice contrast between the fish. And I do have a bunch of snails in here. It's probably hard to find any of them, but I'll keep looking. There are ram's horn snails in here, and they eat this algae. So a couple other things to note about this is just air hose tubing, number one. The same air hose tubing that you would use for a bubbling, an air stone. But number two, this knot, if I tighten this knot, so watch, I'm going to tighten it. You can see that the drip goes slower. When this bottle runs out, then obviously it's going to stop dripping. So we'll just let him acclimate. And I've found that these Home Depot buckets with a lid on tight and about a third to 2/3 of the way full, you can move a lot of fish, even hundreds of miles. They usually do fine. And it's big enough you could put some kind of a filter on if you had to stop overnight, and you'd be fine. And so for everyone who might be thinking, well, whatever happened to that fish that had the surgery? So that fish was a feeder fish that was prone to tumors, and you can see here she is. That's the fin that was removed. It never did grow back, and she has more tumors that have grown like on her fin and on her top fin and on her side there. But the tumor was taking over her other fin, and it was really causing a problem. And so since that one fin was removed, she's done fine. Look how healthy her tail is. And so there's really, her quality of life is fine. She's able to eat just fine. She's able to swim decently. And you can see she floats very well, and the fish respect her. So, her life was extended, and she's doing just fine in here, despite having her fin removed and having still several tumors growing. And also, as you can see, all the other fish are incredibly healthy. The plants are growing very well. So this is the same kind of fish. This is her brother. Well, at least I thought it was her brother, but I don't actually see spots on the gills, so maybe this one is a girl also. These ones are boys. Goldfish have spots on the gills. You can see these spots right there, sort of. The glass isn't perfectly clean. So goldfish that have spots on their gills are boys. And so here is this teddy bear hamster that everyone at the rescue was afraid of, who I guess is a biter. I'm not going to test it. Guy said he got bit through gloves. Whoa! See, yeah, he's an angry boy. He's angry because I have to set up his cage. I'm going to put a wheel in there. I'm going to put everything in there. Sorry, buddy. But he's going to a good home. You happy now? He's like, what is this crap? I asked for a night angel wheel. You'll get one. I'm sure you'll get one when you get to Arizona. But look at all these toys that Carrie sent me from the Home Sweet Hammy Home. She's been so generous, even though she's got all this stuff, I'm sure, just for a couple days, and she's still, got all this stuff, and I had to pick it up from the pet shop. So, and I have no doubt that, she'll be able to make progress with him. He's an angry boy, though, right now. Girl. Actually, it's a girl. She's an angry girl. course, because she's got to share a place with me. She really wants to get out. I'm going to set up a water bottle, give her some spinach. She's got a big seed pile under there. So this little one yay, come on. I'm in the light. This one is like so pretty. Try to get better footage in the morning when it's brighter. Here's a little bit more light. You can sort of see she's got ruby eyes. So, since she spent so much time in this traveling, you know, and I know that they like boxes and stuff, she can either burrow underneath it, I'm sure, or... Where'd she go? Where'd you go? I lost her already. That was fast. There she is. There she is. So here's the setup. Look at that. I mean, just home sweet hammy home. So tomorrow I'm going to put screens on and put the water bottles in. I'll just have to tape the water bottles to the side for tonight. Figure out a way to fasten them. But then I'll set them up like these other hammies have tomorrow. She's already collecting stuff for her cheeks again. So, yeah, as long as I just keep putting some air in. They don't seal airtight anyways, so it's not really a problem, but I can't start the Dremel and start cutting and building everything tonight. I've got a lot of other things to take care of, but they're safe and they've got what they need, and so I just got to set the water bottles up, and then I got to go into the piggy room and give the piggies hay, and I got to finish with the Loach. But so the next stop, it's so funny, I've got simultaneous videos going on, and this hamster is gonna jump from the fish rescue video into the hamster rescue video. So I don't know, maybe I'll figure out a way to release them simultaneously, obviously with my audience. Everyone will watch the hamster rescue video and no one will watch the fish rescue video, because fish aren't furry. If I was doing more hamster videos, I'd really have to figure out how to film them. Maybe a tiny camera on a stick or something. Because you really want to get in there. And they move so fast. We've been dripping for over an hour. And get a good look at him. Does he have red eyes or not? Yeah, he's got red eyes too. They are basically the same. Wow, look how huge he is. There he is back there. Here we go. This one's hiding. He's like, oh, I don't think he sees me. Now it's just like guinea pigs. They don't have to like be swirling around in like a happy embrace. They just have to get, not show aggression towards each other. This guy is huge. Now this is about as big as they get. There we go. There's one of my snails. Move out of the way. Like, what about me? Move out of the way. So this is a ram's horn snail. Move out of the way, you guys. It's not always about you. So it's important to know the basics. Just like with any pet, fish tank requires learning a lot of things about fish keeping. You'll have a lot of heartache if you try to put fish that are not compatible together. Man, see why these guys are so fun and so awesome? Whoa. Hey! That snail just, hey, don't eat him. The snail should be okay. They don't really eat the snails. And it's pretty hard for me to overfeed these guys because, especially like this one, she has trouble seeing and she's got the tumors. They all go along the bottom and they really like to clean up. So there's almost never extra stuff left over. I just put a whole bunch in because I wanted to see if maybe these guys still haven't run into each other. Which is kind of remarkable. The tank's not that big. Come on. Running out of video here. The one wise bit of fish advice I can give is you're not keeping fish, you're keeping water. And if you can keep the water clean, then the fish will be fine. Man, he's here. They just haven't seen each other yet. How can you not love that face? Look at this face. They are like right next to each other. Oh, there we go. But still, they could care less. Oh. Nope. Go say hi to him. Plop. Oh, I'm spying on them. It's been a whole day. They were just like laying down, chilling next to each other. That's Mr. Tito Jr. He's the one I already had. He's like, man, I gotta grow. I gotta get bigger. I thought he was big. I'm really happy. They seem like there's not going to be any issues at all. And I'm just glad I was able to save a fish. Look at them. They're actually interacting. Aww. They love each other now. Wow, this makes me so happy. They are social, so... I'm not sure how to determine if one's a boy and one's a girl. And I don't recommend breeding animals, but if I ended up with some loach babies, that wouldn't be the end of the world. Conditions have to be just right in a fish tank in order for you to really end up with babies, and if they have to lay eggs and those eggs have to be fertilized, the way these guys root around, the way the goldfish eat everything that ends up on the gravel, I wouldn't give the survival of any eggs that anyone in this tank lays a very good chance. But there he is. I'm gonna have to come up with a name for him. What do you guys think? Maybe in the comments. It's really hard to focus in a fish tank. What should I name him? Let me know in the comments. This is Tito Jr. Yay, I'm so happy. I want to thank DJ's Fins and Paws for really, they posted it on Pet Finder. That's how I found them. And, it's kind of amazing, kind of a miracle, because I was hoping to find another Dojo Loach, and like I said, they're kind of hard to find, and I want to support a rescue if that's possible. I was able to also get these hammies saved, so just overall a win-win. I hope you guys enjoyed checking out my fish tank, learning a little bit about my fish, and hit that bell notification if you haven't already, and you'll get a notification about the next rescue video in the next video. Alright, thanks for watching, you guys.